Alright, I've got Madden 10. I want to emulate a play I did in All-Pro Football 2K8. Unfortunately, I'm using Hank Baskett, not Anthony Gonzalez, but as you'll see at the result of this play, it really doesn't matter who my players are. So we'll go ahead and play this at speed, and then we'll take a look. Thank you, Sniped Cold. We'll take a look at what leads to this being a pass deflection. So, if you've ever played defensive back, you know you can in fact become very well versed by covering a wide receiver. If it's the same wide receiver, and you start to look for body language things, dipping a shoulder, moving a hand that tip you off to their route. Now, you can use that later on if you plan to play aggressively to jump the route, but obviously the end zone isn't the place to be doing that, and more importantly, the quarterback, particularly in the end zone, as I showed with All-Pro Football, should be able to place the ball in a position where only the wide receiver can catch it. So what we've got here is Hank Baskett running this route, and again, we'll take note as to when the defensive back reacts to the route Hank Baskett's running. And you can see that as Baskett makes his cut, at the exact same time, so does Witherspoon, the defensive back. Again, that's something that should not happen. The defensive back should not know my route better than I do. And because he's in front of me, the fact that he makes the cut at the same time ultimately means he plays in better position than me the entire length of the play. Now, for some reason, he runs hunched the duration of this play until the pass deflection is made, and I don't know why. But at some point, the game, if that's something that happened, that he's running hunched like that, whether it's an injury or whatever, the game should understand that, and Baskett should use the fact that he right now has about a 2-foot height advantage to spin around and jump up to catch the ball. However, because he uses the overhead catch animation, it allows both defenders to have a better position on the ball. Because the ball placement is poor, which should not be the case, and before anyone says, well, you just don't know how to lead a pass, well, you just don't know how to throw the ball. I've got Peyton Manning as my quarterback. The fact that I have Peyton Manning, he should play like Peyton Manning, and if I'm the most inept football Madden player on the planet, he should still be able to throw precise passes where they should go, simply because he's emulating Peyton Manning. This ball is not thrown to a place where only my wide receiver can catch it, and because my wide receiver chooses to do an overhead catch animation, it allows both defensive backs, even the one that was hunched, to stand up, get inside position, and knock this pass down. This has nothing to do with player skill and everything to do with animations. Now, eventually, the player that was hunched down not only gets the pass deflection, but then also, as many people have alluded to, makes a very impossible tackle to nullify the entire play. Now, finally, we'll go back and take a look at where Hank Baskett is when this ball was thrown. Remember, when I threw the ball to Anthony Gonzalez, he had just barely came out of his cut, and the ball was thrown to a point where only he could get it, and it required him to do some rather extravagant footwork to land in bounds. So as I throw the ball here, it's roughly identically the same time I threw it in All-Pro Football. You can see here Baskett has just made his cut, and the ball lands roughly 2 yards away from them. But it is a lob that lands, I mean, if you were to follow the trajectory of the ball would hit in the end zone. It should not do that. It should go out of the end zone. Unfortunately, you can see the ball follows this path to where it would land and hit exactly where that red circle is. And that is not what a Peyton Manning pass or any NFL quarterback pass should do. That pass should be geared to land way over here, and again, only give my wide receiver a shot at catching it. Instead, the pass is angled down, even though it's a lob, and you get an incomplete pass. So, again, emulating a play in All-Pro Football gets you very different results as when you emulate a play in Madden.